Ethics are standards for thought,
word, and deed
that guide a person
to do what is right and good,
rather than simply
what is easy
and comfortable.
Hi, I'm Eric Harvey, and I've been consulting with organizations about ethics and values-based business practices for over 30 years. The cost of unethical behavior is tremendous. Customers are alienated, jobs are cut, reputations and careers are ruined, and in some cases, entire organizations collapse. On the other hand, organizations that actively promote a culture of high ethics, values, and integrity enjoy a multitude of benefits. First, it improves trust and respect at all levels. It fosters a positive work culture and improved customer service, and helps ensure the long-term viability of the enterprise. If the long-term results of high ethical standards are so overwhelmingly positive, then why do so many people act unethically? Well, the short answer is humans are not perfect.
I just talked to Washington.
Oh, yeah?
The patent's going to be granted.
That's great. When will it be announced?
Tomorrow morning. The market's still open.
You're kidding.
Come on. The stock's going to be flying tomorrow.
John, don't do this, man.
I'd like to place an order for 5,000 shares of Amalgamated for my cousin Jill. Yeah.
What? Everybody else takes stuff. Why not me?
I know our companies have a long-running relationship, but it's hard for me to approve this contract, Walter.
What's the problem?
Well, it's high. I was getting these services for substantially less from vendors at my old job.
Tell you what, let me sweeten the pot a bit. We have box seats at the arena. I would be more than happy to provide you with those tickets for the playoffs. Now, that can be our own little arrangement on the side.
Okay, we all know that the people in those situations are displaying a serious lack of ethics. That's pretty easy to spot. The ethical lapses that are difficult to detect and much more common are the little things, the gray areas where the line between should and shouldn't gets blurry. Every person in every organization is faced with the challenge of doing what's right every day, and that's not always easy.
Vicki, thanks for getting that job to me. I appreciate you staying late to get it done.
Oh, no problem, Bill.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Vicki, we all stayed late to get that job done. Why would you let him think it was just you?
I didn't think it was a big deal.
Whoa! Martin's clocking us all out at 4.
It's only 3.
Look, Ramon's gone. If we all clock out together, he'll never know.
Hey, Mom, I heard it's snowing back there. Has the pond frozen over yet?
Check with Bill.
Yeah, he told me.
Yes, I'll get those packages out to you ASAP. Nothing, Mom. Yes, I know you didn't order anything from me.
So the Indian gets off his horse and he comes over and he says, "How?" And the guy says, "How? I just told you how." Oh, so, all right, so this Polish guy, right?
Do you have that report for me, Ken?
Oh, I'm sorry, Elaine. I couldn't get to it.
But I need that report today. You promised.
And some other stuff came up that I had to take care of. What could I do?
You could keep your commitments.
It's pretty fair to say that unethical behavior is all around us. So, who's doing it? The behaviors on a daily basis. Most of the time, because everyone that I've ever addressed, when I ask the question, do you believe in values and ethics, they all stand up. So who are these masked men and these Martians that do the stuff that compromises that? The answer is each one of us. We all believe that we are ethical. So how do we make sure that our behaviors live up to those ethical beliefs? A good place to start is by knowing what's right, fair, honest, and legal. First are laws. Know the laws of the land and of your profession. Ignorance of a law is never an excuse for breaking it. Policies, rules, and procedures. Everyone is responsible for knowing and following the policies of their organization. Next are shared values. As humans, we all have beliefs and principles, values that shape our perspectives, our character, and hopefully our actions. Your conscience usually knows what's right and what's wrong, so listen to it. If something feels wrong, there's a good chance it is wrong. And when you say you will do something, do it. Keep your promises. It's the ethical thing to do. Finally, look around. Who are your ethical heroes? Follow their lead. When in doubt, ask yourself, what would the person I most respect do? But even when we know and understand these guidelines, why do we still sometimes do the wrong thing? There are times when we feel pressure to go along with the group. Sometimes people just don't care that it's wrong. And often, people don't agree that it's wrong. They may feel that making long-distance personal calls at work is their right, perhaps because they think they're underpaid or underappreciated. The human brain is a powerful organism that's incredibly good at rationalizing and justifying personal behavior. And because we're so good at justifying just about anything, there's only one way to approach ethics in our work and personal lives, and that's through a 100% commitment.
The challenge is not believing it. The challenge is behaving it. Ethics is displayed in everything we do, and everything we do counts. Everything counts. You get no free passes. Everything counts. And that doesn't mean we're perfect, but it is a matter of the critical mass of our attitudes and behaviors that make up our ethics and our values alignment. Everything counts.
There are 4 steps to ensure that our behavior is consistent with our ethical beliefs. The first step is respect, responsibility, and results. Respect means treating everyone, customers, co-workers, and vendors, with dignity and courtesy. Respect the organization, use supplies, time, and financial resources appropriately, and abide by all the rules and regulations. Responsibility to your customers, to your co-workers, your organization, and to yourself. Provide timely, high-quality goods and services, be a good team member and carry your share of the load. Meet your performance expectations and follow through on your promises. The right results. Obviously, you're expected to get results for your organization and customers, but you're also expected to get those results legally, ethically, and with integrity. Allow yourself to lose sight of this and you jeopardize your organization and your career. Remember that the means to achieving ends are just as important as the ends themselves. The second step is say no with tact. Suppose you're faced with a difficult situation. You may be tempted to go along to get along, but that would be knowingly doing what you believe is unethical. So state your concern and your objection without blame.
But Mike, I need you to understand. I believe it's the wrong thing to do, and I can't do what I feel is wrong.
Propose an alternative action that you feel is ethical.
Look, Walter, I think there's a better way to put this deal together. You should keep your tickets and try to come down, say, 15% on your price. How does that sound?
Ask for the person's help and agreement.
I really need your help, and I want to make sure we both do the right thing. In the future, I think it's only fair that Bill knows when the entire team worked on a report. What do you say?
Occasionally, there will be times when instead of having to choose between a right and a wrong, you'll find yourself torn between 2 apparent rights. Managing conflicting rights is a real challenge because picking one of those rights means compromising the other. This is what constitutes an ethical dilemma. Choices are especially difficult when you can say, of course, it's also right to...
It's right to tell the truth.
But it's also right to be kind and considerate of people's feelings and emotions.
It's right to create job security.
But it's also right to be profitable and maintain the organization's competitive edge.
It's right not to share information given to you in confidence.
But it's also right to report violations of laws, rules, and ethical standards.
And the most challenging right versus right of all
It's right to have solid relationships with your coworkers and to be a team player.
But it's also right to take a stand, refuse to go along to get along, and be willing to speak out when someone acts unethically. So what do you say, Mike?
I always thought you were a team player, Kristen.
Sometimes being ethical requires a great deal of courage. Conflicting rights are issues that must be thought out, talked out, and worked out using the resources available to you. The first option to resolve these dilemmas is to eliminate the conflict. For example, if a store's policy is to never give a cash refund, yet an employee feels that it's warranted in a special case, the conflicting rights are always serve the customer and follow the rules. But the conflicting rights dilemma could possibly be eliminated if the employee went to management and got permission to grant a special consideration. If the conflicting rights dilemma cannot be eliminated, it becomes necessary to decide what's more right. It's helpful to ask the following questions.
Which of the conflicting rights is most in line with laws, regulations, and organizational procedures?
Which is more consistent with organizational values?
Which establishes the best precedent for guiding similar decisions in the future?
If you've tried to eliminate the conflict, and you've also tried to decide what's more right, but still have a conflicting rights dilemma, then seek assistance from whatever resources are available within your organization. An objective viewpoint can be invaluable in resolving the situation. It's easy to say that we believe in being ethical. What's challenging is to have our behavior be a living and breathing example of the values we profess to have. In order to be ethical people, we have to walk the talk. When we truly walk the talk, people around us know that our word is our bond. They know they can depend on us to do the right thing. And we know that the means we use to reach our goals are right and justifiable. In order to walk the talk, behavior must be consistent with ethical beliefs. And to help guide your behavior, here's an ethical action test you might use.
Is it legal?
Does it comply with our rules and regulations?
Is it consistent with our organizational values?
Will I be comfortable and guilt-free if I do it?
Does it match our stated commitments and guarantees?
Would the most ethical person I know do it?
Would I do it to my family and friends?
Would I be perfectly okay with someone doing it to me?
Sometimes we all need help to truly walk the talk. If you're still in doubt about whether something's right or wrong, ask. An ethics department or hotline, your boss, a senior manager, a mentor, or someone in your HR or legal department. Respect, responsibility, and results. Say no with tact. Manage conflicting rights. And walk the talk. 4 steps to help us live consistently with our ethical beliefs. The benefits of such behavior are great, both personally and professionally. Studies show that organizations which actively promote high ethical standards among their workforce enjoy increased productivity and loyalty from both employees and customers, helping to ensure the long-term success of the organization. For individuals, acting consistently with our beliefs forms a powerful foundation that helps us attain the things we desire most in life: happiness, pride, and success at whatever we endeavor to do.
The beliefs we hold,
the decisions we make,
and the actions we take,
whether big or small,
Or ultimately how both we
And our organization
will be judged.
when it comes to ethics,
Everyone is responsible.
And everything counts.